All right,
Oh,
welcome to 2026 and a brand new
hey, it's a
episode
new
of
year.
The List. One of many brand new episodes coming this year.
Yeah,
We are super excited. I'm King Ralph, that's Parma Sean, and we are back with another top five list for
yeah.
you. Today we are talking
Boom.
top five missed opportunities in wrestling. This one's going to be really exciting. I'm
Oh
interested to
yeah.
see what you've come up with, Sean.
Same,
I think I've
same,
got some good ones. So
same.
I'm super excited for this. And again, this starts off a whole brand new year of episodes of the list. So we're starting off with a big one, top five missed opportunities. So Sean, start us off with your number five.
All right. Number 5. I think it is a travesty that Cesaro did not get a major title in WWE
Ooh, I like it.
when he was in WWE. I don't know why it came off weird,
Yeah.
but like he is so good, and him being having his run as Claudio in AEW has been so what WWE should have done with him the whole time.
Mhm.
And I just really wish that they gave Cesaro, like, they sort of gave him a chance when he faced Reigns, but like we all knew he wasn't going to win that match.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like they didn't give him a proper like title chase and run that he definitely should have gotten.
Yeah. All the signs were there. You had the Cesaro section.
Yep.
Look how popular he was in the bar with Sheamus, and
Yep.
they ended that. And they just, you're right, they never really seemed to know what to do with him.
No.
And definitely a great example of a missed opportunity.
Absolutely.
All right, for my number five, I really think that one of the major opportunities that WWE missed was when they started their version of ECW and blew it. Because
Yeah.
you're coming off
Yeah.
all the energy of ECW
Yeah.
One Night Stand. You've
Oof.
got all these ECW people involved. You've got Paul Heyman there, the creative mind.
Yeah.
I mean, it got to the point where, I mean, they literally had the worst WWE pay-per-view of all time in December to
Yeah.
December. So
And
like it got really bad.
in their first episode, they brought out a zombie.
Beyond just the zombie. I mean, they had women that did nothing but just dance.
Yeah. They
Like,
had like,
I mean,
yep.
this is
Legit.
legit the kind of things that they were doing, and they never treated ECW the way they should have. They treated ECW kind of like they treat Main Event or Velocity,
Right.
or
Right. It
shows
was
that they tape
just a
before
show.
shows. Yeah,
Just a show to have a show.
terrible. All right, Sean, you're number four.
Huge missed opportunity, and I think we and you have talked about this off air plenty of times. But if you remember the draft from just a couple years ago,
Mhm.
where Triple H came out and they threatened, "Oh, teams could break up, we could break up groups,"
Mhm.
and nobody split. Not
Yeah.
one group split up. They teased it. They said, "Oh, we could change the whole landscape." Nothing changed, and I was like, "What? You teased breakups and
Mhm.
split ups, and you did nothing." And I was just like, you could have split up the New Day. You could have split up,
Sure.
whoever was there, the Judgment Day. You could have split up
Mhm.
a tag team that's been there forever. Like, you did none of that. You teased it, and you did the exact opposite.
The WWE draft has never meant a thing, and it probably never will.
No.
All right. My number four, and this takes us all the way back to a segment that was on Talking Smack, the after show of SmackDown. But
I know where
Daniel
this is going.
Bryan and The Miz never
Yes.
getting the feud that they deserve.
No. Oh, yes.
If you want to talk about, like, everybody
Ugh.
talked about CM Punk's pipe bomb, and that's obviously one of the greatest promos of all time. And you have, the Dusty Rhodes promo,
Yep.
and these things are like iconic promos. If you did not watch Talking Smack and you did not see The Miz cut his promo on Daniel Bryan, The Miz went out there, and I guarantee you that part of that was real. Part of that was his real
of course.
frustration.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He leaned into it. He turned the knob up to 11. He steered into it and just gave the promo of a lifetime. I think it's one of the best promos I've ever heard.
Yeah.
And it went nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
It absolutely went nowhere. When you had two wrestlers that were willing to, work at this I mean, The Miz is not going to go out there and cut the promo that he cut without Daniel.
Right.
Like Daniel
Right.
Bryan's going to be 100% in on this, and it never materialized into anything, and I think that was a huge mistake.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right, Sean, you're number 3.
Well, a couple of these are going to ruin your New Year's resolution, so I'm sorry at a time. But not having Bray beat Redacted at WrestleMania the first time, that could have catapulted Bray's career to superstardom by having him beat him clean. The story was there, the beats were there. I still think he should have been the one, in my opinion. If it wasn't Brock Lesnar, it would have made more sense to me to have Bray Wyatt beat the Undertaker's streak and then continue on with the evilness as the new bearer of evil.
Sure. Yeah, definitely a lot of questions as to why they went certain ways that they did.
Yeah.
Just doesn't make any sense. All right. My number 3, you talked about Cesaro never getting a proper push, a proper world title run. There is someone that I think that should have had a world title run, and I have been singing the praises for years and years and years, and I have real concrete proof as to why.
Okay.
But I think a missed opportunity was not giving the Honky Tonk Man a world title run.
Oh,
and the Honky Tonk Man was until recently, he was the longest reigning Intercontinental champion at a time when the Intercontinental title was the workers' title. That was the title that those, Mr. Perfect, is Bret Hart, all these examples of people that get in there and work. And the Honky Tonk Man was not only a good worker, but a heel character that could make baby faces.
Yeah.
And I know this was a time when, heel world champions were not really the thing to go with. But if this guy is your longest reigning Intercontinental champion at the time, and he's, holding that title, the man deserves a world title run. I think it would have been great.
Yeah, that would have been very interesting. Yeah, to see him as a world champion, see him be a world champion.
Yeah. All right. We're down to your number 2.
My number 2 is going to be a surprise, especially because he's right behind me. But as fun as Kane's career was, looking back at the whole thing, I think early on they kind of ruined it. And maybe in a way missed opportunity of who Kane and what Kane's character could have been. He was labeled as this monster, and for a while he was. For a little bit of while, he was not beat. He was a monster.
Sure.
They treated him as such.
Sure.
But then fast forward to when he won the world title in the first blood match and held it for one night. Lost the next night on Raw to Austin. You kind of lost all the aura by doing that, in my opinion.
Sure.
And then they had to kind of fight to make, Kane's still a monster. He's still bad. Yet he can't hold the belt for more than a day. And I was just like, the rest of his career was great. He did have some other world title wins, and but that first impression was like, oh, okay, now what? Is he still a badass? Is he still a monster? Can he still, you just kind of killed some of his aura by having him hold a one-day reign because you needed it to have, because of course the top guy was Austin,
Sure.
Whatever. I get it. But I think they could have done a little more with Kane during that era.
Definitely a missed opportunity. For my number 2, I decided to go with a feud that never happened. And of course, there's many that we could talk about.
Of course.
The Road Warriors and Demolition in the same company at the same time never got a proper feud.
Right.
But the one that really stings the most, pun intended, no Undertaker versus Sting. And not only do I say this, not only do
everyone says it.
Wrestling fans,
everyone.
Undertaker says it, Sting says it.
Everyone says it.
We finally got to a point in WWE where there were people in management that could make this happen. And at that point, Undertaker and Sting were long past their prime. And they both admitted, we couldn't have that match now because it wouldn't be what it should have been. But at the time, you had somebody in charge that simply didn't. I mean, look what they did to Sting at WrestleMania.
Right.
His match with Triple H.
Which made no sense.
No. But again, it was just about burying WCW. So because of that, we never got Undertaker and Sting.
Yeah, that's a great one. I honestly forgot about that one in a way, even though it's talked about so often.
Yeah. All right. This is it. Your number 1.
My number 1 is going to be it's definitely fantasy, like, because especially for that time period, like it was never gonna happen. But I think they had a missed opportunity when the invasion first started and they had that multicast where Shane bought WCW.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I think they could have actually ran with that and like had both shows still existing, but have them almost be like a father versus son, promotion versus promotion, a real invasion battle, like an actual invasion angle where you have two separate companies, even though it's owned by the same one, battling for supremacy rather than Raw versus SmackDown.
Yeah, I agree. A lot of the problem was, they couldn't get a TV deal for WCW, so that caused a lot of the issues. And again, just talking about Undertaker and Sting, we know how much Vince McMahon hated WCW.
Right? Yeah,
like, he just hated it. So
despised it.
Unfortunately, we got the crap that we got and the stupid invasion angle, and it could have been so much better.
It could have been like an actually like interesting, like, do you remember when they tried like one Raw? They did like a first hour was WCW, the second hour was Raw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
they could have even done that if they actually gave it a chance. Other than one night, this didn't work out well, cancel it. It could have been actually interesting, like a different dynamic.
And it was one match that ruined it. And Booker T and Buff Bagwell will forever have that asterisk next to their name. But definitely a good one. All right, my number one is one that I don't think a lot of people would even think about, or even like this would not even pop into people's heads. But this is something that I have thought about for a long time. I believe that the way they booked WrestleMania 10 was a missed opportunity.
Oh, okay.
So in the opening contest, you had Owen Hart beating his brother Bret.
Right.
Bret goes on to win the world title at the end of WrestleMania 10, and they show Owen off in the background, like staring on. What they should have done was they should have had Bret Hart win the title to open the show, and then had Owen beat Bret at the end of WrestleMania 10. They could have kept the title on Owen. Bret's entire family could have turned on him. Bret could have done a whole like, remember when Sergeant Slaughter turned on the USA and he was like, I want my country back.
Yes.
Well, you could show like all of Canada turning on Bret Hart, getting behind Owen Hart, and Bret could do the same thing, like, I want my country back. And then that could have led up to the cage match that they had at SummerSlam, which could have been Owen defending the title against Bret, and it would have made for a great year. But
absolutely,
alas, did not happen. Now, interestingly enough, Bret Hart was on Talk Is Jericho.
Yeah.
And he did an interview, and they talked about that match at WrestleMania 10. And Bret said, I wish you guys could have seen the original match that we had planned out. He's like, if you thought Owen looked like a star in the match we had, you would not believe the match we had planned out. And we presented it, and they said no.
Wow.
And we ended up with what we did.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It is crazy to think about, but all right. Well, 2026 is starting off with a bang, with a brand new episode of the list and our big top 5 missed opportunities in wrestling. Of course, we talk about missed opportunities all the time, but
it's become our thing in the show anyway.
Today we get to talk about our top 5. So thank you for joining us. For Parmesan, I'm King Ralph. Remember, be kind to each other. Kindness is free. And God bless each and every one of you. And we will see you on the next episode of The List.
Be nice.